Hi, TikTok. Did you miss my face? All right. So, first, I want to say hello to everybody. And this is not going to be a normal message. This is about something that was placed on my heart through the trilogy of what in the fuck is going on in America and the tale of watching a fascist take over the government. You have to agree with me, and I really don't care if you do. But as a medium, I am telling you that we are literally watching the Antichrist and his minions right now as we speak. And if you do not believe me, go read Revelations. Okay. But I digress. Anyways, so the other day I was given a vision about running for president. I literally argued with the angels for about 30 minutes as to why that is not a good idea. Well, then about an hour later, a good friend of mine literally said something that correlated the vision that they had given me. Okay. Do I actively plan on running for president? Not at this time. Um, do I have more of a plan of actions to immerse myself in politics? To some degree, yes, but it's more from a journalist standpoint. Um, because I cannot sit idle and watch our country be destroyed and not do something to try to fix it. Because that was my biggest concern is how do I fix this? Okay, what is the solution? Anybody who knows me knows that I am the solution seeker. I don't try to get into the woe is me. I seek the solution because there is an answer for everything. You just have to find it. So here is what was placed upon my heart. I am looking for like-minded individuals to help me build a community of people that can teach everybody else the barter system, self-sufficiency, how to grow and harvest their own food, donation boxes, community gardens. We are going to need sponsors and people to donate, food so that we can help people that will volunteer to deliver Meals on Wheels to elderly and disabled folks. But it's going to take a whole lot of us to do this. Even though, I am very much guided by angels and then, chef's kiss, appreciate them. It's going to take all of us to come together to make this happen. How to teach people to shop on a budget. I used to be one of those mamas on food stamps. So my heart hurts right now watching, especially with the holidays coming up, people go hungry. How many children aren't going to have dinner because some grown ass men are throwing a fucking fit? Because they don't want to give people health care, because that's what it is. It is the ACA, guys. Like, they don't want to give people the ACA tax credits. Those credits is literally what helps people be able to afford their premiums. And sometimes they can't even afford the premiums now because let's be honest, the people can't afford them now. Do you know how much they're going to increase if they cut that ACA? It's going to be insane. Absolutely insane. Some people will see their premiums go up as much as 400%. That's a lot. And they're already paying $300 to $600 a month. People can't afford that. They can't afford it now. But I digress. Back to the task at hand. I am looking to build a community of people to help the community. We can do it. We got to put our brains together and get resources and start helping. The food banks are running dry. So, how can we help people learn how to shop on a budget? I used to feed, and I still do. I mean, there is 11 people in my home. You know, with 11 people, I go to the grocery store every single week and shop for $300, and that feeds 11 people 3 meals a day plus snacks. 3 meals a day plus snacks. It can be done. You just have to know what to cook, how to cook, and how to shop. You definitely stop going to Walmart, Kroger's, places like that, because listen, the only thing that you can get good at like Kroger's is the canned goods. That's it. And maybe some deli meat. Because the price of food there is absolutely insane. Especially since you can go get the same amount of food at Aldi's for way cheaper. Sorry, guys, I kind of got kicked off because it was acting funky. I wonder why, because of what I'm talking about. My username popped up at the top and shit, and I definitely screenshotted it. So, Sorry, my kid's coming back indoors. She's on her way to work, so you're about to see her walk. Run! No. No, but seriously, so back to the task at hand. I am looking for people to help build a community so that we can teach people how to budget, how to finance. A lot of people were not taught this in school. You know, this has been my mission throughout this for the whole time, was to teach people how to be self-sufficient and to reconnect with their soul. That is why I do everything that I do. I wonder where their next meals come. It froze. Yeah, of course. See, it froze. I don't know if you got that last part because it literally just froze. Here she comes again. Run. Wait. Here she comes. Anyways, so I want to help people learn how to be self-sufficient. We have to stop giving these big corporations our money, because that's the only way that we're going to get their attention. There are other people that Costco. They are one of the few people who, or one of the few companies and corporations who still support DEI. Why are we not giving our money to the corporations that genuinely care about people? That's where we need to focus at. You know, our grandparents, they didn't use banks and things. Why? Because they knew what it was. They were here when all this shit started. It's nothing like they teach you guys. But if we band together, we're unstoppable. But it's going to take all of us. It's going to take a whole community of people to come together and lead from a heart-based leadership. But we also, of course, have to have logic, because, you know, there's a lot of planning and things like that. But I'm looking for heart-based leaders who are not interested in making themselves rich, but are interested in enriching the community with the things that they need, so that we don't watch millions of our people, our children, starve, or can't get their medications because they can't afford them, or can't go to the doctors because they can't afford it. The time has come, guys. And sometimes a silent revolution gets their attention more than a physical one. And how do we revolt? By stop giving them our money. If everybody was to build a garden within their home, because it doesn't take much, trust me, I've done it for the last 4 years, and I had a very limited space. We had pumpkins, we had watermelon, we had squash, we had different types of herbs. We had tomatoes of different varieties, cucumbers. I could go on and on and on. And I did it in my home in a little greenhouse. It can be done. It should be done. There is also, and if you do it correctly, you can harvest potatoes. I'm still harvesting potatoes. You can harvest in your home, in a basement, a bedroom. It doesn't take much. You can build an irrigation system out of PVC pipes. It's inexpensive, but it's going to take all of us. And these are the people that I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who are innovative, have fresh ideas, and want to give back to the community and help however they can. You don't have to have a lot. You don't have to be rich to do so. Let's take the money that we would have spent on Amazon and invest that into our community and ourselves, so that no child goes to bed hungry in America. And I would really love to see this go worldwide, so where no children ever go hungry again. Because as a mama who genuinely loves all children, whether they're mine or not, this shouldn't even be a factor right now. This is good versus evil at this point, guys. Which side are you on? There is no red versus blue and right versus left. This is good versus evil. And if you can sit idle, watching children starve to line your pockets a little bit more, I got news for you. You're a little evil. All right, guys. Please message me if you're interested, and let's have a conversation. I love your faces. Please share this video. We need all hands on deck. Mwah.